Hi, I'm Selma Nicholls, founder of Looks Like Me Casting. I'm a WACL member. WACL stands for Women in Advertising Communications Leadership, and I joined the Represent Me committee last year because I'm an advocate for women and girls being represented fairly and authentically, and that led me to work with the amazing Chloe.
Hi, I'm Chloe Davies, the founder of It Takes a Village Collective. I've been in WACL just underneath a year now. My motto is that we are the custodians of people's stories. We have a duty to tell them authentically, responsibly, and with them, not on their behalf. I joined the Represent Me committee from my chats with Selma, and that's how I got here. We worked together with our amazing committee to bring 4 women, 4 identities. I met the amazing Ellen Jones. I've known her for a very long time. I knew she would bring this incredible lens through neurodiversity, autism, and LGBTQ+ identities. Lucy, incredible. I saw her in the Pantene adverts. I got to judge some of that work. And Jamelia, you knew her, right?
Yes, Jamelia Donaldson. Jamelia is the founder of Treasure Tress, and she celebrates women and girls with afro, curly, coily hair. And I've seen her grow from strength to strength and raise the profile of women and hair products. Then we have the amazing Trina Nicole, and you worked with her.
I didn't actually get to work with Trina. I got to work on the Virgin Atlantic campaign, which she was cast in for Runway on a Runway, but she did such an amazing job, like so incredible to be part of that work. But you've known her like much, much longer, right?
Yes, I've known Trina for about 8 years now. I've cast her in a couple of commercials, but I first saw her in the Sainsbury's ad.
2 and Me.
That's right. And she was in a lime green swimsuit. I saw her on the TV, on billboards, and I just saw this woman chassaying, dancing and living her best life. And I had never seen that before. I'd never seen a woman of her beautiful figure just gracefully enjoying life in swimwear. I'll be speaking more to Trina shortly.
I'm looking forward to it.
Scene 1, take 1.
So now I'm speaking to the wonderful Trina Nicole. The first question I have for you, Trina, is representation is powerful. How does that inform the work that you do?
I think growing up, I didn't see people that looked like me, you know, on billboards or in commercials like that. So I always wanted to show that there are different perspectives, there are different stories to be told. I wanted to ensure that these campaigns could have people that represent the world that we live in, and I was like, I'm prepared to be that person. Also, just in terms of like positive outlooks and like just different perspectives, it's valued. Those spaces allow me to reach people wider, like all over. It's allowed me to build a community online as well as offline. I think it's just as important. I feel like it allows people to discover more people that look like them. That really helped me on my journey, and it's given me that power to, you know, have my say rather than waiting for somebody else to create these communities that didn't exist. It allowed me to create what I wish existed, meet a lot of like-minded people, and I think online has really helped me just to discover more people that look like me, and also to challenge like beauty standards as well, because I wasn't seeing that in like magazines and places like that. So online, I think the power and the advancement of like social media in general, people being able to have agency over whether it's their style, whether it's like how they look, how they want to show up in the world, I've been able to do that and build a community of that. And I think having those safe spaces where people don't feel judged, where people feel like they can express themselves, not only helps me, but it helps those in the communities.
How did you feel when you went up for your first ever casting in that brand new space that you haven't done before?
Yeah.
How did that feel?
I don't think I really realised the impact it will have, to be honest. I was genuinely going there being myself. I was there to live my best life, and I'm glad that came through on camera. I don't think I really understood the impact it would have on other people. I think it wasn't until I then spoke to people, or people would then comment or share like the campaign, I then realised like wow, people really want to see this. But don't get me wrong, there was also some people that were just like, because they hadn't seen anything like that, there was also the other side of it where people were just kind of shocked and questioning, well, what's going on here, seeing like real bodies in campaigns. But for me, that's why representation is important, because you need to see a spectrum of people. This is the real world that we live in. It's not always going to be rosy, but I think even having some people who maybe were actually a bit shocked by it showed me that actually this is so important, you know, because there's loads of people that look like me that don't see themselves being reflected and being represented. So that's why it was even more important for me to do that. And so how about you? Who are some of the women who have like inspired your career?
When I entered this industry 9 years ago, and I met Karen Blackett, who is also a WACL member. When I met her, I saw that it's possible to be a woman, a black woman, a single mother, and dream and aspire for the stars. I see myself as a universal dreamer, and anything is possible. Another woman that inspired me is yourself, because I had never seen a curvy woman in a swimsuit on a billboard, and that inspired me to kind of take the leap of faith and take pictures of myself in swimwear on my social media.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
I did. Because like, yeah, you have to step into your greatness and you can't hide from anything. And then thirdly, I would say it's probably my daughter. She's 12 and she's growing up she's preteen, going into teenagehood, and she loves herself.
Yeah.
She's very confident in her body, in her intelligence and everything. And looking at her, I'm like, wow, like that's how young women should be in themselves. They should feel proud.
And I'm
of who
so
they
glad
are.
even what you're saying about your daughter, like the younger generation can grow up in society now, seeing representation, like seeing people that reflect them. I think it's important that people know that they can take up space no matter what.
Exactly.
And that they have a place in this world, they're valued, you know, and I think that should be reflected not just in conversations that you have with people, but in the media and in things that you see. I think that was the thing for me. I had such low confidence growing up, believe it or not, even though people see me now, this super confident person. But I do believe that if I grew up seeing more representation, more things like me, I would feel more confident in myself. But not seeing that did hold me back for a long time, where I felt like I had to shrink myself. So I definitely had to push past and have more self-belief, you know, that I deserve to take up space just as much as anyone else. So what does true intersectionality look like to you in today's world?
True intersectionality to me looks like what myself and I believe the casting industry does really well, and that's making sure that we consider all people for all roles. We think about not just how you look or your ethnic background or your age. We're looking at are you neurodivergent? Do people with disabilities? People from different backgrounds, different cultural elements. So making sure that everybody is considered within that casting process. Everybody is thought about. Everybody is welcomed into that process. Yeah,
I think having that and having a sisterhood, creating that community online, it just keeps growing and keeps growing. And I think it allows people to just feel like they have something for themselves.